Now, I have this question that from the understanding of the two lectures on Drishti that I have given you, what do you think? What is the major difference between the Graha Drishti and the Rashi Drishti? Yes, Parul.
Guruji, I would like to start with saying that the Rashi Drishti has more importance than the Graha Drishti. So that was one of the things that we learned.
Yeah.
The other thing we learned is that the Graha Drishti doesn't like apply to the whole bhava. It applies to, like, if there is a planet sitting in there, or like it only applies to a section, like plus or minus 5 degrees from where a planet is sitting. Whereas when you look at the Rashi Drishti, it actually applies to everything. Like it actually kind of give the flavor, like for that particular bhava, it gives the flavor of that bhava. So it kind of affects everything, even if it is unattended. So those are the two big things that I understood.
Okay, great. Well done. So yes, Manas.
Hare Krishna Guruji, sorry for disturbing class. I want to show this. I drew this is you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sir, बहुत time से बनाना चाहता but
oh my
today
God.
with Krishna ji's blessing and yours.
No, thank you, Manas. This is so beautiful. I'm honored. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, we have Jyotiji with us. Jyotiji, welcome to the family. Welcome on board. And Jyotiji, before we go ahead, and why don't you introduce yourself to everyone? Tell everyone this is your Jyotish family, what you have been doing, and how come you're here. So just few lines from your side would all the family members are looking at you. You can unmute yourself. You're on mute. Just unmute yourself and then speak. Yeah. We still can't hear you. If you want to say something.
Are you hear me?
Now we can hear you now.
Okay, sir. I'm a tuition teacher.
Okay.
I have done Ayurveda. I'm dietitian. Means I have done multiple courses in everywhere, but I'm finding my way right now in this week. Since long I'm watching your video.
Okay.
There are so many Jyotish and astrology, but I'm totally satisfied with your knowledge. I'm very impressed by your knowledge. So I'm very curious to join your class.
Thank you so much.
Today
You're most welcome.
I'm very happy.
Most welcome. Thank you. Great. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. So we were discussing, somebody's written a message here of the difference between Graha Drishti seems like a default Drishti, like Grahas have specific Drishti based on the desire. Okay. So anything else that somebody would, I'm still not getting, although you people are saying very right. I mean, there's no doubt about what you people are saying, right? But I'm looking at something else here, right? That what is your take home? I mean, if you've applied this on few of your charts, your chart, your family members chart, किसी पे भी अगर आपने apply किया हो, तो आपको क्या एक major difference लगा? Because I am going to explain you this today. Okay. Yes, Sunny.
Guruji, one other difference is basically it's like a transitive in nature, because if a planet A is expecting B, B is also expecting A always in Rashi Drishtis, where that is not the case. And I think the other thing that I've actually read about is, the way we consider Graha Drishti versus Rashi Drishtis. Rashi Drishti is more about like facts which always exist. And Graha Drishti is basically something very transitive or temporal in nature.
Okay, why it is temporary in nature?
So I think it was basically I think the concept I read about is basically Graha Drishti. It's planets are always transitioning, right? So their aspects are always keeps on changing, although their aspects are fixed, like which house they aspect. But since planets are always moving, their aspects sort of like in that way it's temporal, whereas Rashi Drishti is, we always have a particular Rashi aspecting other Rashis, same exact Rashis. So this is what I understood.
Well done. I mean, you have made more sense to me. And there's someone else. Yes, Ruchi, you want to try something? Please go ahead.
Yes, actually, what Sunnyji just said, that was also my impression and my learning, that the Rashi Drishti is a 360-degree all around. It's all capturing. The impact is much larger, and there is the Drishti is if one Rashi is impacting the other Rashi, and the other Rashi is in turn A to B and B to A. So I noticed that same thing. It's the 360-degree impact versus Graha is a little bit more, there's no peripheral impact. It's very focused impact. That's what my humble understanding is from the learning.
Great, fantastic. So before I go ahead and explain you the major difference that you will find in a chart, I would want if somebody can tell me what is a yoga. योगा क्या होता है? एक कुंडली के अंदर योग बनता है ना. What is a yoga? Yes, Jyoti ji.
Union of every planet.
Union. Honey is also saying union. Jyoti is also saying union. So what is the word in Hindi for union?
Yuti?
No. It is sambandha. Okay. The word which we use is a sambandh, and sambandh may not be just the yuti. Yes? Is it the yuti only the sambandha? The answer is no. There can be many other sambandhas. Let me explain you what kind of sambandhas we have in a horoscope, and which is the most powerful sambandha. That's what I want to teach. From there, you will understand many different things. Now, the first thing is a combination of two grahas, association of two grahas, relation of two grahas is what is a yoga. Now, how two planets or more, so two and more planets, 3, 4, 5, 6, can have a sambandha or a yuti or a union or a yoga. The first one that comes to our mind is a conjunction. That is why you people were saying yuti, that two planets are in the same house with a considerable distance from each other, where they can impact each other. The second sambandha is known as parivartan. Parivartan yoga. That moon is in the house of Jupiter and Jupiter is in the house of moon. They are sitting in each other's rashis. When I say houses, I'm talking of the rashis. That Jupiter is in the Karka sign and moon is in Sagittarius or Pisces. They are exchanging their rashis. आप मेरे घर में हो, मैं आपके घर में हूं. You are in my dynasty and I'm in yours. The third sambandha is Drishti sambandha. You are watching me, I am watching you. You're looking at me, I am looking at you. These are the major, and then there's a fourth one is which is a little higher, which is nakshatra exchange. That you are in my nakshatra, I am in your nakshatra. Out of these four, ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful yoga in Jyotisha and has been clearly explained by Muni Parashara. And you will find it in your horoscope or anybody's horoscope is the yoga which is known as the Parivartan Yoga. I must tell you this. This is the most powerful yoga. Number one. Number two is the yuti. And number three is a drishti. So this is the hierarchy. We are not counting nakshatra because this has a very different application. So let me rub the nakshatra exchange. What I'm going to exchange, tell you is out of these three, drishti, parivartan, and conjunction, the most powerful is the parivartan yoga. It is an agreement. It is a contract that two planets sign at the time of your birth. And it is fixed. That I will take care of you and you will take care of me. That's parivartan. That's the most powerful yoga out of all the yogas. Kendra sitting in the Trikona, Trikona sitting in the Kendra, the Lord, the one of the biggest Raj Yogas. Or Kendra and Trikona planets sitting together. Such yogas Muni Parashara has given a lot of importance. Parivartan Yoga has been considered the most powerful yogas ever. The conjunctions is at the second number in the hierarchy. Conjunction is a yuti. Why conjunction has not been considered as a very, very strong yoga is because there can be a conjunction of two planets that do not like each other, who are inimical. Rather than benefiting a native, they are creating a problem. But even if the two planets are inimical and they are doing a parivartan, will they be dangerous? No. Even if, see, two planets are inimical because one of them is a Yog Karak, favorable to the Lagna, the other one is not. That is why they become inimical. They are from a different breed. They are in a different government. They are like an opposition. Like a person from the Congress will always be opposite to a person from BJP. And they are sitting together, they will always have conflicts. And the third combination that you see is Drishti. And Drishti yoga sirf tabhi phalit hota hai if there is a desire. If there is a desire. If there is no desire, it is not going to manifest. How did Muni Parashara know about this desire concept? He knew about this desire concept through looking at Shri Ram's chart. देखो 99% श्री राम का चार्ट याद है. If we make a chart, Shri Ram is a Karka Lagna with Pushya Nakshatra. So 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. Jupiter in the Lagna, Moon here, and then Mars here. Mercury is here, and I guess Venus is here. Surya is here. Rahu is here. Ketu is here. Saturn is, I guess, here. This is the chart of Shri Ram. You see, when I talk of Drishti, the Lagna Lord is Moon, sitting in the Lagna. Exactly opposite to it is Mars. Okay. Mars is nothing but Hanumanji. So if Ramji is sitting here, Hanumanji is sitting exactly opposite to Shri Ram and protecting Shri Ram. Hanumanji is basically Shiva from inside. It's a Rudra Rupa of Shiva. But was Hanumanji with Shri Ram from the time of the birth? The answer is no. He was not. As he grew, and one fine day in a particular Muhurata, they met. That means the Graha Drishti, the Drishti of a planet, is a Drishti of future. A Drishti for the events that will happen in the future with the course of time. Events of future. Because when Shri Ram was born, Hanumanji did not come in his family. They were not friends from the childhood. They were not brothers. And Hanumanji had extreme amount of desire for Shri Ram. Desire थी ना कि मुझे श्री राम की भक्ति करनी है. So that is why Hanumanji, Mars, exalted Mars, was sitting exactly opposite to the Lagnesh of Shri Ram. Desire. Shri Ram is always praying Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Is always taking name of Shiva. Before he actually killed Ravana, he went to Rameshwaram and he made a Shivling with his own hands. That is known as one of the Jyotirlingas, known as Rameshwaram. Ram is always desiring Shiva, and Shiva in the form of Hanuman is desiring Shri Ram. That is why they are aspecting each other in his Kundli. Desire. But that desire has manifested only in the future, not at the time of the birth. What manifests at the time of the birth is only the Parivartan Yoga. because that Parivartan yoga is activated from the time you take your first breath. The Drishti is activated in a particular dasha or in a particular transit, as Sunny has explained. In a particular transit, in a particular dasha, when the moon dasha comes or when the Mars dasha comes, this Drishti will play a major role, or as Parul said, within a spectrum of +5 or -5 degrees. If these planets are there, then these things will activate. The Drishti will activate because this Drishti is coming from the desire. It's simple. And if you can take care of your desires, if you can take care of the desires, you can really take care of your Drishti. You will be surprised to see why I'm saying this. Why I'm saying this is because, let me make a chart for you and tell you something which you have never observed. I'm going to make a Kal Purush Kundli, Mesh Lagna, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Venus is debilitated in the sign of Virgo. नीच का हो जाता है Venus Virgo में. Mars कहाँ पे नीच हो जाता है? कर्क में. सूर्य नीच हो जाता है तुला में. मर्करी नीच हो जाता है पाइसेस में. ये आपको पता है थोड़ा थोड़ा, इसको मैंने एक्सप्लेन करना है. बट यू नो व्हाट, डिबिलिटेशन मींस कि प्लैनेट को पता ही नहीं है कि उसे क्या करना है. प्लैनेट डजंट नो व्हाट आर द ड्यूटीज ऑफ himself in a given chart. Debilitation means this, पता ही नहीं, बेख्याल. You know, it's like free minded. He doesn't know anything. And exaltation means when you are fully aware of what you are supposed to do, good or bad, is the second step. Debilitation, a planet is mast mola. He doesn't know anything. He has no knowledge of what he's supposed to do in a chart. But every debilitated planet is always looking at the house where it gets exalted. Yes or no? Every debilitated planet is looking at a house, at a Rashi, जहां पर वो exalt होता है. Every debilitated planet. बट उसका दिमाग ही नहीं है, उसको पता ही नहीं है, उसकी कोई डिजायर ही नहीं है, इसीलिए ये दृष्टि कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं रखती. अदरवाइज वो डिबिलिटेटेड प्लैनेट दृष्टि से ही नॉलेजेबल हो जाता. यस और नो? दिस शोज दैट द ग्रह दृष्टि इज नॉट वेरी पावरफुल. Every debilitated planet is looking at an exaltation sign, but he doesn't have sense कि उसे चाहिए क्या. अगर उसे पता लग जाए कि उसे क्या चाहिए है, तो वह जो exalted sign है, उस पे दृष्टि डाल के अपनी debilitation को खत्म कर देगा, जो कि वो कर नहीं पा रहा क्योंकि उसकी डिजायर ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उसके पास अकल ही नहीं है. In that particular chart. That is why I was saying Graha Drishti is desire, desire, desire. It has come out of a desire. Ichha. You only desire of a thing that you can see. अगर आपके आंखों पे पट्टी बांध दी जाए, you will not desire, no? If you are blind, will you desire a Mercedes? You don't know what is a Mercedes. Will you desire a big, nice bungalow if you are a blind? No. You've never seen that. How would you know that you want this? How would you know it? You would never know it. Am I making some sense to you that how this desire drishti is working? Until and unless there is no desire, there's no intelligence, the graha drishti is not very important. It is important in particular transit and in the future. You know, actually drishtis kab kaam karna shuru karti hain? When you grow, especially after the age of 30, mid life के बाद जो ये ग्रह दृष्टिज हैं ये ज्यादा काम करने लगती है, not before that. Because before that you are not aware of your desires, isn't? You're not aware of your desire. You are aware of you want this girl, you want that boy, you want this money, you want this bungalow, and you realize after the age of 30 that these were not the desires. This is not what I want from my life. You want something else. And when you understand what you want, when you understand what is the right desire, that is the time when the graha drishti start working. Especially when the dashas come, when the transit come, and when you are intelligent, when you know what is what. But the Rashi drishti, there are two concepts. One is known as the Jivatma. The second concept is known as the Jadatma. Jivatma, Jadatma. The Jivatma means living entity, and Jivatma, Muni Parashara is saying, belong to planets. And the Jadatma, which is fixed, belong to Rashis. Jad means the roots. The roots, your karma, your prarabdha, your past life karma. What you have brought from the past. That is your Jadatma, the root of your soul. And the root of the soul is fixed. It's not moving like your Jivatma. The moment you become a Jivatma, you become unstable and you start moving. When you are a Jadatma, you are stable, rock solid, focused. And Jadatma is actually the Rashi. The Jivatma is the Graha. So Graha is moving. Rashi is not moving. It is fixed in your Kundli, isn't? So when the Rashi Drishti is there, this Rashi Drishti is coming from your Prarabdha, past life karmic settlement. So if you have a planet in a particular Rashi, and that planet is aspecting another planet through a Rashi Drishti, it means the karma has to settle for sure. It is from the past life. Vishnu ji has written it for you. Ye hoga. Suppose that if there would have been a Rashi Drishti between Shri Ram and Hanumanji, which is moon and the Mars, although there was no Rashi Drishti, because they were in the same movable signs. तो हनुमान जी का जन्म श्री राम के परिवार में ही होता, फिर वो पहले दिन से एक साथ होते, वो फ्यूचर का इवेंट नहीं होना था, वो दशा बेस्ड इवेंट नहीं होना था, वो ट्रांजिट बेस्ड इवेंट नहीं होना था कि कोई ट्रांजिट ही ऐसा आ गया जिसमें शनि की भी ग्रह दृष्टि पड़ रही थी तो नुकसान हो गया. अब मेरी बात को समझो. जब चारों तरफ से घेरा पड़ जाता है, कोई इवेंट आ जाता है, कोई दशा आ जाती है, उसमें ग्रह दृष्टि बहुत मैटर करती है। लेकिन आपकी ओवरऑल लाइफ की जो थीम है, जो रोज आपके साथ चीजें हो रही हैं, वहां पे राशि दृष्टि मैटर करती है, क्योंकि वो जड़ आत्मा है, क्योंकि वो आपके प्रारब्ध, आपके पिछले जन्मों के कर्मों के बेसिस के ऊपर एक ग्रह एक राशि में बैठकर दूसरे ग्रह को देख रहा है थ्रू अ राशि दृष्टि कॉन्सेप्ट, जो मैंने आपको पिछले लेक्चर में पढ़ाया। आई हैव ट्रेन्ड यू ऑन दैट। दैट इज व्हाई द राशि दृष्टि becomes more powerful and has higher priority over the graha drishti and any other combination or sambandha. But it is not powerful than Parivartan Yoga. Yoga is something else. That's a huge concept. Parivartan Yoga, very powerful, very, very powerful. Because it is a contract that has been signed before you were even born, when your lagna was decided, when the time of birth was decided, when your kundli was decided. At that time, a contract was signed between two planets that they will take care of each other. That's Parivartan. You take care of my home, I'll take care of your home. They may be inimical, and that comes only because if you have a good prarabdha, good past life karma. I have seen exuberant results in the Parivartan Yoga. On the same time, I must tell you one thing, that these drishtis are extremely important when we predict events. The concept of bhavavastha and then the concept of drishti, the combination of the bhavavastha and the combination of drishti, if you learned properly, and before even the graha drishti, if you learn how the rashi drishti is impacting a chart, you will become fantastic astrologer. So that's what is the major difference between the Rashi Drishti and the Graha Drishti. Rashi Drishti impact is going to be from the day one, from your first breath to the last breath. Continuous impact. Dasha coming, not coming, transit coming, not coming. But the impact is permanent. I'll show you with the chart. Am I making some sense to you, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, no, maybe. Because the concepts have to be crystal clear. Only then you will understand. Just tell me about the Rashi Drishtis only in this chart. So let's talk about Mangal, Mercury, and Surya, the planets in the third house. These three grahas, Mars, Mercury, and Surya, are aspecting the sixth house, the ninth house, and the 12th house through Rashi Drishti. Yes or no?
Yes.
Third house is house of communication, prakram, and Lagna Lord is sitting in the third house. The person will have prakram, he will have communication, he may be aggressive at times, and his Atma Karak Surya is also sitting there. It's a planet with the highest degree. The combination of this conjunction, or let's talk about individual grahas first. Let's talk about Mars, the Lagna Lord, the Lord of the first house in the third, in the house of Prakram. And what is this Lagnesh desiring, or what is this Lagnesh forced? Mangal may desire, Mangal may not desire, but it will be forced in her life or in his life to get the flavor of the sixth house. The flavor of the sixth house is Rog, Shok, Karja, Rin, Bimari, Shatru, litigations. Whether you desire it or you don't desire it, you will encounter so many of them. Mars aspecting the ninth house. You desire a guru or not desire a guru, the guru will be there. The ninth house is getting impacted with your drishti. Although there is no planet. There was this question that has come, oh Guruji, if there is no planet, what will happen? This will happen. You are going to have that strong inclination towards ninth house. Because Mars has a Rashi Drishti over the ninth house. अगर यहाँ पे जुपिटर बैठा होता या कोई ग्रह बैठा होता तो ये बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता. Although this is not very impactful because there are no planets. Rashi Drishti only works if there are planets. But if there are no planets, it just adds little bit of flavor. Suppose you go to a showroom, you want to buy something, and there is no salesman, and there's nobody at the cash counter. Will you pick up something and buy? No. You'll say, okay, I'll come back later. But you will get an opportunity to see a lot of things in the showroom. Yes or no? कभी कभी होता है ना, सेल्स वाला लड़का ही नहीं बैठा, मैनेजर नहीं बैठा हुआ, कोई दिखा नहीं रहा. आप शोरूम में गए, आपने 10 चीजें देखी, लेकिन अगर आप उठा के थोड़ा ले आओगे चीजें घर पे, इट्स अ चोरी. आप कर नहीं सकते, लेकिन आप शोरूम घूम के आ सकते हो. आप मन में याद रख सकते हो कि जब कोई वहां पर होगा बेचने के लिए तो मैं ये चीज जरूर लूंगा. It is just a flavor which is added by a Rashi Drishti if there is no planet. There is a desire that one day I will meet my guru. There is a desire that I will learn dharma. It may impact, it may not impact. And you were forcefully pushed into that showroom, okay? You didn't go by yourself. Because it was destined to go in that showroom. Rashi Drishti, destined. The 12th house. Isolation. This person will keep thinking one day I'll be very isolated, then I will achieve something, I'll do meditation, this, that. But यहाँ पे meditation उसको कोई करवा ही नहीं रहा, क्योंकि कोई ग्रह नहीं है राशि दृष्टि में, 12वें भाव. अगर यहाँ पे चंद्र बैठा होता तो ये बंदा सारा दिन समाधि में मेडिटेशन सोचता रहता, आइसोलेशन सोचता रहता, ट्रैवलिंग सोचता रहता. Mercury, Jupiter and Saturn, Dharam Karam Yoga. Communication is all about talking dharma or karma. Mercury, through a Rashi Drishti, through a very strong Rashi Drishti aspecting Saturn and Jupiter. Surya, the 5th Lord, is aspecting the 9th Lord. The 5th Lord is aspecting the 9th Lord. Also the Mars, which is the first lord, is aspecting the ninth lord, making Kendra Trikona Raj Yoga. लगन का स्वामी नवम भाव के स्वामी को राशि दृष्टि से देख रहा है कि नहीं देख रहा है? Lagnesh is aspecting the Bhagesh, and Bhagesh is also aspecting the Lagnesh, the Lagna Lord, through the Rashi Drishtis. Yes or no? Because these planets are also going to aspect 3, 6, 10, all the dual signs will aspect each other. This is how, और ये impact day 1 से है, पूरी जिंदगी से है. I have always walked on the path of dharma from the childhood to this, because my family was like that, my parents were like that. It's not that I was intelligent. No child is aware of what is a dharma. Only if parents are dharmic, only then that child knows what is a dharma. Otherwise, child would never know what is a dharma. It is the parents, it is the guru, it is the teachers who will tell you this is dharma. क्योंकि हम गणेश जी से पहले अपने गुरु का नाम क्यों लेते हैं? क्योंकि गणेश जी के बारे में बताने वाले आपके गुरु हैं. अगर गुरु आपको ना बताते कि ये गणेश जी हैं, तो आप गणेश जी को गणेश जी थोड़ा ना मानते. आप बोले ये तो एलिफेंट है, कुछ और है, व्हाट इज दिस? नो 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 नो. Guru is telling you, no, this is Ganesha. He is the master of all the Vedas. He is very intelligent. और ये सभी गणों के राजा हैं शिव जी के. Ganesha. That is why Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. It is the Guru who is teaching you Brahma, which is the Guru who is telling you this is Vishnu. It is the Guru who is telling you this is Shiva. That is why Guru is all above of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Identification of Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh is coming through a Guru. Your brain is not telling you that this is Brahma or this is Vishnu. It is the Guru who is telling you. And Rashi Drishti behaves like that. Rashi Drishti work like that. It teaches you fixed things in life, which are coming from the past life. Now, this shows that this person has a great connection with his Lagna and Guru, with his Lagna and his communication and Guru. संबंध नजर आ रहा है कुंडली में. एंड ये फलित तभी होते हैं जब उसमें ग्रह बैठे हो, तब ये ज्यादा फलित होते हैं. अगर ग्रह नहीं बैठा तो राशि दृष्टि सिर्फ एक फ्लेवर देगा, वो फलित नहीं करेगा. It is just like smelling a pastry, not eating the one. You go to a coffee shop and you smell that coffee, you smell that cakes, but it only impacts you if you eat them. To eat them, you have to have someone to take order from you and someone to serve. If there's no one to take an order, there's no one to serve, you just watch and come back. That is the difference between having a graha for the Rashi Drishti in a particular sign and not having a graha. Am I making some sense to you? Are you more with me in understanding what is a Drishti? What is a Rashi Drishti? What is a Graha Drishti? Any questions till now? Is the concept crystal clear? Jiten ji keh rahe, what happens if the planet is in a Parivartan Yoga, are inimical? Still they will protect each other. They will not perform any problems or hindrances in their Mahadasha or Antardasha because they are bound in a contract they are bound in an agreement to stay in that agreement. कि आप मेरा ख्याल रखो, मैं आपके का ख्याल रखता हूं, even if they're inimical. Yes, Sunny, we will definitely consider. It will consider with more impact because it is coming from the past. It is fixed, it is strong. But when we are analyzing a dasha, we also give lot of importance to Graha Drishti. Rashi Drishti is always on priority because Rashi Drishti is like fixed one, stronger. From the time of your birth, it is there. It is getting impacted. It is like Shri Ram and Lakshman together, Shri Ram and Bharat together. They are impacting each other, because there is a difference of maybe 12 hours between Ram and Bharat and maybe 24 hours between Ram and Lakshman. Lakshman and Ram has similar charts. The only difference is that Shri Ram is in the nakshatra of Pushya and Lakshman is in the nakshatra of Ashalesha. बाकी उनका सारा चार्ट सेम है. इसीलिए श्री लक्ष्मण कौन है? श्री लक्ष्मण शेषनाग है. Only the nakshatra impact is telling कि वो विष्णु जी है और ये शेषनाग है. Because the Janam nakshatra of Shri Ram is Pushya, the Janam nakshatra of Lakshman is Ashalesha, Naga. Rest, the chart is same because more or less they had a similar life.
Guruji, I have a question.
Yes.
So during the Parivartan Yoga, like
We are
when
not
you think about
discussing
Saturn.
Parivartan Yogas right now.
Okay.
I've just given you an example because Parivartan Yoga, if you have to understand, you have to take a couple of hours of lectures from me, then you understand the Parivartan Yoga. Because Parivartan Yoga is a huge concept. Just like I have explained you Drishti, I can, explain you Parivartan Yoga. I can speak on Parivartan Yoga for 3 hours. Minimum. Now you can ask a question. If it makes sense to me, I'll reply.
I was just trying to understand, like when you do a Parivartan, it's between the Rashis. So when you have more, like Saturn owns 2 Rashi, he would only do Parivartan with one of the Rashi, right? Like will Saturn take care of both the Rashis or like just one Rashi where he's doing the Parivartan?
Just one Rashi where he's doing the Parivartan.
Okay.
Parivartan is a huge concept itself. It is taught in the Jyotish Bhushan, the advanced level of Jyotisha. उसमें मैं परिवर्तन कराता हूँ. Because there are nakshatra parivartan, there are Rashi parivartans. So, ladies and gentlemen, now have you understood? Because there were some discussions and questions, and I've read your, work that you people have done on different charts and your chart and everything, and written, made notes. I felt that there was some clarity which was missing. That why, how it is a desire. Suppose if you have a drishti of Saturn on your lagna, okay, what happens usually? Usually the person becomes slow, especially if the Shani Dasha comes. Isn't? The person becomes lethargic. At times I have seen person becomes cheap. वो cheap हरकतें करने लग जाते हैं. Why? Because Saturn is a labor. जब आप अपने परिवार के साथ चीप हरकत करते हो, अपनी वाइफ के साथ गुस्सा करते हो, लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हो, कलेश करते हो, आप रोड रेज करते हो, आप गाड़ी चला रहे हो, सामने वाला तेज निकला, आप गाली देके उसके आगे गए, आपने उसको गाली दी, सिर हाथ दिखाया, सब कुछ किया. You know which planet is doing is Saturn, because Saturn is unconfident. Saturn is like a labor, and Saturn is a planet which is always looking for power. Power, power, power. Who already has a power would not need a power. If somebody doesn't have a power, he needs a power. If you don't have a Mercedes or a Beamer, you would need it. If you already have a couple of them, you get another one, it doesn't matter to you much. Oh, another baby, you know, I've got, that's it. But what if you don't have it, you desire it? But if you don't have desire to sleep, if you don't have desire to be in the comfort zone, then the drishti of the Saturn will not impact you. When you become quick, that is why in the Manglik dosha, when Mars is very, very aggressive in the first house, fourth house, seventh house, eighth house, 10th house, 12th house, sorry, and in the second house in the South India as well, which planet controls the aggression of the Mars? शनि. अगर एक मांगलिक लड़का की कुंडली में या लड़की की कुंडली में, मांगलिक का मतलब क्या है कि मंगल फर्स्ट हाउस में है, फोर्थ में है, सेवंथ में है, एट्थ में या ट्वेल्थ में या सेकंड में है, और सामने वाले लड़के की कुंडली में शनि इन्हीं घरों में बैठा हो, तो उसको मंगल दोष नहीं लगता है. दैट इज द बिगेस्ट कैंसलेशन ऑफ द मंगल दोषा, बिकॉज सैटर्न इज गोइंग टू रिस्ट्रिक्ट. सो दृष्टि जो हैं वो केवल सेम कुंडलियों में नहीं होती है, वो दो कुंडलियां जो एक दूसरे के ऊपर सुपर इंपोज की जाती हैं. जब मैं ज्योतिष भूषण में मैच मेकिंग सिखाता हूं, तो मैच मेकिंग का मतलब है सुपर इंपोजिंग टू चार्ट्स. Matchmaking is based on superimposing, not comparing. Only foolish astrologers will compare two charts who doesn't have the knowledge. When it is matchmaking, you are superimposing two charts. Simple. If you're not superimposing two charts, then you're just making fool to yourself and to others. That's not the matchmaking. That is when the nadi dosh come, when you are superimposing. Same nadi, madhya nadi, anant nadi, वो same nadi में आ जाता है, तो प्रॉब्लम आती है प्रेगनेंसी में, कंसेप्शन में, बच्चों को लेकर. That is called superimposing two charts. So अगर एक ग्रह दृष्टि है, if Jupiter is aspecting your lagna, and if you have desire to have a guru, you'll get a guru very quickly. If you have Mars aspecting your lagna, you wish to become powerful, you start working for it, you will become a powerful. Mangal will start impacting your lagna. The only way to remove curse of a drishti, be it a Rashi drishti, be it a Graha Drishti, especially the Graha Drishti, is to lay off your desires. For Rashi Drishti, there's only one mantra. What is that mantra, ladies and gentlemen? The mantra is known as Panchakshari mantra, to be recited on the Panchmukhi Rudraksha, always on the Panchmukhi Rudraksha. And the mantra is Namah Shivaya. That's it. Not Om Namah Shivaya, but Namah Shivaya. Because Namah Shivaya mantra takes out the punya karam of the past and give you fruits in this life. What does that mean? That means at times your past life bad deeds are so high that your punya karmas are hidden. The layers are so strong of the bad karmas that punya karmas are not coming. You enjoy punya karmas at the later stages of your life when you are 70, 75. You know, a lot of people get good cars and good holidays at the age of 70 when they can't walk, when they can't enjoy the food. Can you drink 2 liters of Coke right now at the age of 45, 50? No. But when you were able to drink 2 liters of Coke, at that time you didn't had money to buy 2 liters of Coke. So that means the punya karma you don't want to enjoy at the later stages. You want to enjoy punya karma at the young age. The mantra is Namah Shivaya. Because Namah Shivaya, Panchakshari mantra done on the mala of Panchmukhi Rudraksha will take out the punya karma from the nakshatras who are holding them and give it to you early in the life. So if you want to have a world tour at the age of 55, 60, 70, better you should have it at the age of 35, 40, so that you can cherish and remember that when you are old. At least you can eat, walk, jump, run. What if you go to Rishikesh and you can't walk? You're 75, 80, 90 years old, you can't walk. You go to Rishikesh, Haridwar, the biggest challenge will be your mobility. How will you enjoy Ganga? So to bring the punya karma early in your life, you have to do Panchaksharis. Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Shivaya Namah, Shivaya Namah. There are various Panchaksharis that we have learned. Ma Shivaya Namah, Ma Shivaya Na, Ma Shivaya Na. This is also a Panchakshari. Ma Shivaya Na, Ma Shivaya Na, Shivaya Namah. नमः शिवाय. इसका पूरा का पूरा मैं कोर्स लॉन्च कर रहा हूं अगले साल, जिसमें मंत्र शास्त्र, शिव महापुराण, यत्र शास्त्र, रुद्राक्ष विद्या, जिसके छोटे छोटे वर्कशॉप्स में लूंगा. इसको इलेबोरेटेड 1 साल का कोर्स बनाएंगे, जिसमें 43 डेज आपके पंच तत्वों को किस प्रकार एनर्जाइज करना है पंचाक्षरी मंत्रों से, उसके बारे में नॉलेज होगी. नमः शिवाय में से न हटा दो तो म शिवाय बन जाते हैं. म शिवाय न, म शिवाय न पीछे चला जाता है. उसका एक मतलब है, शिव महापुराण में एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. और म हटा दो तो बन जाता है शिवाय नमः. नमः शिवाय से म हटा दो, अगले स्टेप में पहले आप क्या उठाओ, न हटाओ. न हटाओ तो बना म शिवाय न, म शिवाय न. फिर म हटा दो तो बनेगा शिवाय नमः, शिवाय नमः. क्या मतलब है इसका? शिव महापुराण में इसका मतलब क्लियरली मतलब दिखाया गया है, बताया गया है कि इसका क्या मतलब है, इससे क्या रिजल्ट होगा. And then there's a mantra Vaya Namashi, Vaya Namashi, Vaya Namashi, Vaya Namashi. There's a meaning to it. Every single thing has been explained in Shiv Mahapuran in detail, how these mantras are going to affect your Panch Tattvas. There's a Ya Namah Shivaya, Ya Namah Shivaya, Ya Namah Shivaya. There's a mantras. So we'll explain this, but then what I'm trying to teach you here is every drishti that you have in your chart has a solution to it. either through mantras or being surrendered in front of particular deity, going in the hands of Guru, or laying off your desires. There are different ways of getting benefits from the Drishti and removing the ill effects of a Drishti in a chart. We can do it. But I hope in this 1 hour lecture, you have no doubt about the Graha Drishti and the Rashi Drishti. कुछ ना समझ में आया हो तो पूछो. सनी, क्रिस्टल क्लियर है? समझ में आया? We have Jyoti as a new student. Jyoti, have you understood this? Of course, Vivek, Parivartan Yoga with the Rashi Drishti would be more fixed and good agreement. Absolutely. और उस agreement का impact भी आएगा जीवन में. From the day one. Yes, Sunny.
Guruji, I think coming to like Vivekji's point, I mean, Rashi Parivartan Yoga, I think, is not always good, right? I think we also consider whether Dushtana houses is involved or not, right?
देखो दुष्टाना हाउसेस हैं, बट दुष्टाना हाउसेस में भी एक दूसरे के जो ग्रह हैं वो ध्यान रखेंगे एक दूसरे का.
Okay.
इसी को नीच भंग राजयोग भी बोलते हैं. नीचता भंग कैसे होती है? जब उस ग्रह में उस घर का स्वामी आप पे दृष्टि डाल दे और 70% ग्रहों की दृष्टि सिटिंग एग्जैक्टली ऑपोजिट होती है ना?
Yep.
सो वन ऑफ द वर्टिकल ऑफ नीच भंग राजयोग भी है. वी हैव प्रभाकर जी ऑल्सो. प्रभाकर जी, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to everyone. Sorry, I forget to take your name. Prabhakar ji. Prabhakar Shinde ji. I think you're on mute. I think he's away, maybe. Oh, okay. तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. अगली बार तबीयत ठीक कर देंगे आपकी. आप ठीक हो जाओगे अगली बार क्लास तक. No issues. Next lectures. पक्का पक्का. Anyways. That